We have made it okay for men to give us the bare minimum. We have lowered our standards, and men are not creating this. They are responding to this. That's the part that women need to own. That is why the red pill community is successful. That's why it exists, because it is true. Women reject the construction worker who might have a little bit of a dad bod, right? He might have a little bit of a dad bod, but he's hardworking. He's fairly attractive. He's 5'11", so he doesn't have all the sixes. He's not 6 foot tall with a six pack and six figures, right? But he's fairly attractive, but she doesn't want him. Not because he's not a good candidate and not because he's not good enough, but because women are wired. We have a very nasty mindset, unfortunately. We are very critical. We are very judgmental. We are doing it because we want the other women around us to respect our fly based on the man that we're with. That's a problem. Certainly when you're arrived at a certain echelon, you can think like that. And people who are at the top echelon are the ones who are dominating the podcasts. So you have high echelon people having these conversations around how they pick. Mainstream people are consuming this information and they're trying to adopt these ways. It's not going to work for you, mama. You don't qualify.
I'm just safe to say this. Hey, this is Jeff from This Week with JTT. This whole thing, well, it's not the whole thing, but I can say a small part of it is from what Ebony K. Williams' attitude towards blue-collar men. She would not date a bus driver. Okay. This is saying Ebony K. Williams, who's like currently about to have a child and all that, who embraces single motherhood. I'm leaving that alone. But my point is, because you women chose, like, say, to look down on the blue-collar worker and choose to chase the top-tier guys, everybody else in the blue-collar world said, you know what? You could be like that? Fine. Okay, no problem. We could go about and be about our peace. Simple as that. Because you make it sound like, that your standards are the most important thing. But really, you got to raise your standards. What are you going to bring? If you're going to say, like, well, these men got to do A, B, C, what do you want to do? It's kind of funny. It's easy to put it on the men. You got to be qualified to be with me. But what could you do to be qualified to be with them? It's all funny that you think you about being with that 1%, 5% dude until they don't want you anymore. You would chase after men who don't want you. And then you look at the average guys, you act like you're settling. Men are way more likely to settle and be satisfied and content compared to your woman. Stop getting it twisted. Said what I said. Peace.